So this is sum number 3, students, of question number 6, exercise 4.1. Now the teacher tells the class that the highest marks, the highest mark, this is the highest mark obtained by a student in her class is twice the lowest mark plus 7. And the highest mark is also said. Highest mark is given. The highest marks is given 87. It is given 87. So how to frame the equation from the first statement? So highest mark is what? Highest marks is obtained by a student in a class is twice the lowest mark. Is twice the lowest mark. This is the thing. This is what we'll write on the right hand side of the equation. That is, highest mark is twice the lowest mark. Twice the lowest mark means 2 into lowest marks plus 7. So this is your required equation, students. Highest mark is equals to twice the lowest mark plus 7. Now we know the highest mark, which is already given in the question. That is, highest mark is what? 87. But we are not aware of the lowest mark. But it has suggested, it is already suggested in the question to take the lowest mark, score be L. So we'll assume the lowest mark as L. So in place of highest mark, what we'll write? 87. So in place of highest mark, we'll write 87. 2 into what is the lowest mark we have to assume as? L plus 7. Now what is the product of 2 into L? So 87 equals to 2 into L is 2L plus 7. So this is your required equation, students, of sum number 3 of question number 6. So try to do sum number 4 of question number 6. Now let's move on to exercise 4.2, question number 1. Now this is the first question of exercise 4.2. So in this question number 1, we have to say what is exactly in this type of question. What we have to do is that, as you see, that it is an equation as x minus 1 is equals to 0. So in this equation, what we have to do? What is our main objective? Our main objective is to get the value of x. The main objective is to get the value of x. Now how to get the value of x? Now, as you see that on the left hand side, along with x there is minus 1. So your main objective is, another objective to get the value of x is, you have to remove this minus 1. You have to remove this minus 1 so that you can get the value of x. How? How to remove this minus 1? Now suppose if you have to bring here 0. Suppose if minus 1 is here, so what you have to do? So what you have to do to bring 0, isn't it? What exactly you have to do with minus 1 to bring it 0, or you have to remove it? So we will do it. So we'll add plus 1 to it. So if I add plus 1 to minus 1, it will become 0, isn't it? Minus 1 plus 1 is what? 0. So in this case, what we are doing is, we are removing this minus 1 from LHS. Now you have to be also very careful with the thing. If you are adding plus 1 to left hand side, then the same thing you have to do on the right hand side also. That with 0 you have to add plus 1 also. So whatever you are doing on the left hand side, the same thing you have to do on the right hand side also. So we are adding plus 1 on the left hand side, the same thing I am doing on the right hand side also. See, plus 1. Now minus 1 plus 1 is what? 0. So we'll remove this. So now on the left hand side only x will remain. So that will be your main objective. Remove everything from x. So x would be equals to 0 plus 1 is what? 1. So this is your required answer. It's very, very easy. Now sum number B. It is given x plus 1 is equals to 0. Fine. Again, your main objective is to get the value of x. How to get the value of x? Just by removing, you have to remove this plus 1 from LHS. So how to remove this plus 1? By subtracting minus 1, isn't it? So x plus 1, now you have to subtract minus 1 to it. Now if you are subtracting minus 1 on the left hand side, the same thing you have to do on the right hand side also. That is 0 minus 1. Fine. So in this way you can remove this plus 1 from left hand side. So now only x will remain on the left hand side. That would be equals to 0 minus 1 is what? Minus 1. So this is your required solution. Okay, now let's move on to sum number C. Sum number C, we have x minus 1 equals to 5. So what is our main objective? Our main objective is to find the value of x. How to get the value of x? We have to remove minus 1 from left hand side. Okay, we have to make this x independent. So how to remove this minus 1? By adding 1 to it, isn't it? So x minus 1 plus 1. So when we're adding plus 1 on the left hand side, the same thing we have to do on the right hand side also. That is 5 plus 1. So next step, we will remove this. Only x will remain on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we'll get the answer as 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is your required solution of sum number C. Now what we have to do with sum number D? X plus 6 is equals to 2. Again we have to find the value of x. For that we have to remove this plus 6. How to remove this plus 6? We have to subtract minus 6 to it, isn't it? So x plus 6, subtract minus 6 to it. Same thing you have to do it on the right hand side also. So in this way we can remove this plus 6. Now only x will remain on the left hand side, and on the right hand side what would be the required answer? That means plus minus is minus. 6 minus 2 is 4. Which number is greater? 6 is greater, and it is carrying what sign? Minus. So we'll put minus sign here. Okay, so this is the required solution of sum number D. Okay, now let's do sum number E. So this is sum number E. Sum number E, this time the variable is given y. Okay, not x but y. So our main objective is to get the value of y. How to get the value of y? We have to remove this minus 4. And how exactly we can remove this? By adding 4 to it, isn't it? In that way we can cancel this minus 4. So y minus 4 plus 4 is equals to what? Minus 7. We have added plus 4 on the left hand side. So same thing we'll do it on the right hand side as well. Fine. So we'll cancel this 4. So on the left hand side only y will remain. And what will be the final answer on the right hand side? Plus plus is minus. 7 plus 4 is 3. Which number is greater? 7 is greater, and it is carrying what sign? Minus. So we'll put minus. Okay students, I believe that you have understood how exactly this following equations need to be solved. So I will rather advise to do sum number F, G and H on yourself only. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. God bless you all and stay blessed.